Good morning, friends. Okay, there was some big news that made some waves in the audio community yesterday. World famous monster mix god Spike Stent has announced a new AI mixing service / product, whatever you want to call it. And apparently it is a platform or plugin that will offer automated AI-based mixing. And it has been trained with machine learning from Spike Stent's techniques and his just ways of mixing. I don't really know how to phrase that, but basically you're going to be able to enter text prompts to curate and guide this AI tool in order to get the results that you're wanting to hear. Let's just say that overall the audio community was not too thrilled about this. There's a lot of fear that this is going to take our jobs and that this is hurting the art of what we do as engineers, mixers, music makers. And there's the big fear that this is going to devalue our work. And it is also going to encroach upon the up and coming community and people who generally are in that range of charging anywhere from $50 to $150 a mix. All of these kind of celebrity and A-list engineers and mixers were just dropping hate comments all over Spike's post, and you got to go check those out and read through it. It's really interesting, and I understand their point of view, and I understand the fear. I am also afraid of a reality where Skynet comes in and basically robs us of everything that we know and love about what we do in this little sector of the business. What we do is valuable and it's really special. And many of us have been so fortunate to come up and have a clear path and a clear trajectory upward in this business. And for me specifically, I feel thankful every day. It's been very kind to me. However, I think that we have kind of missed the mark here. I don't think that this is a Skynet situation, and I don't think Spike has sold out. It isn't about that at all. Here's how I view it. This is Spike's contribution to music makers that use third-party plugins in their workflow. To me, this is no different than Jason Joshua offering us a really curated signature version of his chain and what he would do and what he would place at the end of a mix, the God particle. This is Spike's contribution to the market of plugins, or that this is his Puig child, or this is his Brower Motion. One of my buddies messaged and said, everyone needs to leave Spike alone. He is a god. He has earned the right to do whatever he wants. Let the man eat. And I do agree with that. Not at the sake of taking all of our jobs, but I just truly don't believe that that's what's happening here. I think that he is making a plugin that all of us are going to use, and it's going to help us get reliable and useful and really unique results. You know, there's been a few AI plugins coming out now where you can generate sounds and create some really unique effects based on text prompts, and it's incredible. But before that, as far as mixing, the last few years, what we've really seen as like the big wave of plugin innovation are these dynamic EQs, smart EQs, talking about like stabilizer, smooth operator, Gullfoss, Soothe, all of the above. Name your version of whatever it is. That has been kind of the thing, right? Well, check this out. I am really excited to reach for the Spike AI plugin because, for example, when I'm mixing an acoustic guitar into a track, you know, a lot of the time I'll reach for a stabilizer because I know it's going to detect all those low mids and it's going to kind of ride them and get them out of the way and get it even, and then I can kind of EQ after that from there. But like, it's a great starting point to just get something sitting better, faster. But what about with Spike AI? I mean, how cool will it be? Or whether this is a plugin that lives on the single bus, and then there's also like a brain, sort of NLS style, where you have them all over your tracks, and then you have a sort of a brain plugin that'll sit on the master, and it can detect everything else going on, and they all kind of crosstalk. So, you know, I'll put that on the acoustic guitar, Spike AI, and I'm going to type into Spike AI, and I'm going to say, make this thing really sit in the mix and cut just I need it to just sit just right and play nicely with everything else around it. Or like on a lead vocal, I need this vocal to have that attention-getting excitement in the upper mids that only Spike Stent knows how to do. You know, give me that lead vocal that's going to be just audible on any speaker system ever. And I just can't wait to see what it's going to spit back out at me. As somebody who's always on the prowl for learning and on the prowl for education opportunities, like, I can't wait to see how Spike would EQ my guitar in my mix versus how I would do it. And I think the process of repetition with doing that over and over again is going to open up my brain and help me learn more things. I think it's going to be really, really fun. Also, I want to break that plugin. I want, you know, everybody else wants to actually break that. They want to take down the company and burn the building to the ground and destroy every last copy. No, I want to actually, I want to get the prompts to sort of malfunction. I want to come up with unique alien sounds, like what happens if you tell the prompt that you want the drum set to sound like a fart in outer space? What is it going to do? What engines are built into this thing? You know, we have dynamics and filters, and I'm sure some time-based things, delays and reverbs as well, some modulation engine. What is inside of this thing? I am so intrigued. The other thing that would really excite me is, you know, looking further down the line, what if this is something that could really assist us as mixers or as engineers? What if this is like this is something where, what if you could put it on every single track and you could have it listen to the reference mix and it would be able to tweak and just mold the tracks to get everything just to a closer start sounding like the reference? That's a big challenge. It's really time consuming when you don't get the proper files and you have to match it before you can even begin the work. What if this thing could do that? Or what if it really could like start the mix and get you off to like a decent starting point? Like it could really start to carve out and just get rid of some resonances and mask things and maybe pan some stuff around, and give you a starting point to where when you sit down, it could really be just like fast and intuitive and creative, and not so much of like going through and clip gaining and editing and like, what if like I think we got to be open to the possibility that this tool might be incredibly effective and useful for us. Like I'm truly excited about it. You know, I'm sure that they have this greater elaborate plan for this to become kind of the standard, you know, I'm sure at various different price points, where this could really be an effective way to enable artists to finally get like a $10,000 mix for just a couple $100. I understand the strict evil connotations to that entire concept, and it's interesting, and I don't really know that I could speak on that yet. But on one hand, like, this is incredible. This would really enable an artist to feel confident in their release. If it could grant somebody confidence, which ultimately grants them joy, and I think enables them to be freed up from the anxiety of a release. If they could be feeling good about the music they put out without feeling like there's a barrier to entry of like needing, you know, $100,000 to mix an album. Man, that seems pretty positive to me. But like I was just saying, I'm sure this team has, you know, big dreams of this being a really massive operation, like a Lander or an emaster.com, which those sites make money. Are they the industry standard? No, but they are used by many. I would almost argue, though, that the primary objective demographic for this product are DAW owners that use third-party plugins, which the size of that demographic is. So basically, a producer, an artist, an engineer, a mixer, a mastering engineer, anybody that has purchased a plugin like the God Particle, or like Native Instruments Complete, or like the Isotope Ozone bundle, those are the people that'll be buying this and using it creatively as a tool to assist with the music making process. This is a tool that we can implement into our workflow to elevate our game and to enhance the value that we are able to bring our clients. If it enables me to get faster results and to get rid of some of the tedious, dirty work that isn't creative work, it's just cleanup work, then that frees me up to use the whole allotted time for that mix to just get creative and to just have fun and just make emotional moves and like really do heavy lifting on like the big key items that are going to push the needle, then dude, I'm in. I don't think we need to be closed off to this. And I got to say, I was pretty disappointed to see how quickly everybody was to just jump down Spike's throat. You know, he's a peer. He has more than earned the respect. And he deserves that respect. And frankly, people are jumping the gun and, really insulting him and insulting his entire I'm seeing insults about his family and everybody involved in this new venture. And frankly, y'all, I think this thing is going to help all of us. It certainly has the potential to. And it's just none of your damn business. And we can't blame the man for wanting to take this leap and for wanting to take, the lucrative career he's had and the wealth that he's built to diversify and place his eggs in another basket, like another business endeavor, another avenue, because he's not going to mix forever. And especially when you have children, man, it really changes a lot of stuff. Like the way you think about everything changes, because you pretty much every day, every choice that I make, I think, I will not be here at some point at some unforeseen point in the future. I'm not going to be here anymore. And I want to make sure that my kids and their kids are as comfortable and equipped for the really mysterious, uncertain future ahead of them. So dude, we can't blame this guy for doing what's best for his fam, man. I am certain that what he's doing for his future and for this, the future of his family and his legacy, and it is not going to be at the expense of everybody else's jobs. This thing is not going to take jobs. It might change the landscape a bit, but we can stick with it. And it sounds like it's his son that's kind of spearheading this business. And you know what? I've had the thought so many times that I would love to immortalize my dad with AI and train it to play lead guitar passages like he does, and to make it think the way that he thinks melodically and modally. I would do almost anything in my power to secure and cement that into some sort of platform that I could use as a work tool for the rest of my life. Because there will be 1,000 more opportunities where I want a Todd Ernster lead guitar solo on a song that I'm working on. And how incredibly useful and tasty would that be, just to get that. And it would be amazing. I'll also say this. And you know what else? I've met a lot of the up and coming kids that are kind of in that $100, $200 a mix range. And I have great faith that they can face adversity and adapt and become competitive. And even with a highly competitive AI mixing platform, which maybe this is it, maybe it's not, maybe a future one will come along and it really will be disruptive, and it will be the unfortunate evil Skynet thing that we're kind of all fearing. But even then, man, let's dig in, let's know our worth, let's create value, and let's find our edge, let's find our superpower, and find out what we bring to the table. AI has replaced tons of jobs and will continue to do so, as we know. But, a brand new role that's hiring like wildfire across every tech company on the face of the planet is prompt engineer. A prompt engineer is somebody that has to curate and sift through and make sense of all the generated material that machine learning comes up with. So while AI is doing 15 or 16 of the jobs at that company, they need all these prompt engineers to kind of sift through and really curate it and contour it and refine it and make it sensible and consumable for humans. And essentially, as engineers, mixing engineers, we could become prompt engineers. Like we can be learning to implement this tool, and we can be using it to make better music than ever before. You know, I think everybody's going to shut the fuck up once they put one of these tools. It might be Spike, it might be something else, but once they put one of these tools on, life, how good could it be? Put it on a kick, put it on a bass, and then you give it some prompts, and it makes it so unbelievably delicious, sonically delicious, with texture that you could just reach out and feel. What if it just rules? What if it kicks ass, man? We're all gonna be laughing. I'm excited. I'm open to all of it. I love it. We're gonna see, man. I'll be talking more about this, so we'll stay tuned. Let me know what your thoughts are. Drop them down below. We'll see you guys soon. All right. Peace.